Alright everybody, here we are. We'll take a shot out to Brooksy on this one. He's the one that motivated me to do my top 12 here. Like to say your favorites. Maybe not the best ones you ever found, but some of my favorites anyway. Okay, let's start with number 1, numero uno here. I believe this is a little Robinson point. Love them little bands on there. Found her out on the river. I got so lucky because I was tooling by in my kayak. Little fuzz off there. I'm tooling by on my kayak and I see a big old rock, and I could tell it was a tool of some sort. Big old clunker. And I stopped and got out and looked at it, and all I could see was one little bitty speck of this, and I flipped it out, and until I actually got it in my hands, I thought it was a broke tip, and ended up having the little notches. And it's ground smooth as could be on the base. Like I say, I believe it's a Robinson. Found that last year. My nicest Dalton right here. I believe I found this about this time last year. It was August anyway of last year. Got that cool little spot in it. Both the feet are damaged. Like I say, this is as close to a perfect Dalton as I've ever found. Pretty darn nice. Have to take them as they come. Hard to find a perfect one anymore. Found this bad boy in the woods. Crazy. Mushroom hunting, walking along, see a chip, another chip, a couple more chips. Man, there's a camp kind of washing out of this bank right here in the woods. And I got to looking around, and this baby was just barely showing, kind of like that leaf laying right over top of it. And I pulled it out and I'm like, holy moly. That light's almost too bright. Look at the material in this thing. I'm not exactly sure what it is. Obviously missing the base corner. Got some almost Stillwell attributes to it. Really fine flaked. Just not real sure. Killer nonetheless. Like I said, out mushroom hunting, you find a arrowhead, it's always a good day. This point right here, one of my very, very few field finds. Buddy took me to one of his fields. And it's almost like I walked right out to that bad boy. Here's a picture of it. This is how I found it. Sticking out of the field. Let's see how much it looks like so much more blue than it does nowadays. Pretty crazy. Looks almost gray. And here's the picture after I pulled it out. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. On to number 5. I didn't put this at the end, they were my best ones. But this is, I think, one of my top favorite points I have ever found. And one of my first. I think I found this way back 2007, might have been 2008. Look at the blue in that tip. That is so freaking cool. And the flaking on it is just unbelievable. Not sure if it's like a Osceola or a Godard, or not real sure. Killer material, killer color, favorite color is blue. This point here, found it sticking out of the riverbank. Another killer, awesome, archaic corner notch of some sorts. Don't know exactly what to call it. Maybe a little fuzz off the tip. It's getting to some pretty grainy stuff there. And here's the in situ picture. That's how it was sticking out of the bank right there. Pretty neat. this one, same bank. That's number 2, 4, 6, this is number 7 right here. And even keeping track or counting for you guys. My most beautiful right side notch. Killer point. I seen this thing laying there and I was like, oh my gosh. Buddy walked right past it. It was way up high on the bank. And a lot of people, you're just always looking down. He walks around the brush pile, goes around, sits down. I'm gonna take a break. So I could double back, look up. This is what I could see. Fully exposed, laying there on the bank. Like, man, you missed one. No, I didn't. He about freaking crapped his pants. No. Here's one of my all-time favorite materials. It's a big vertebrae coming out of that ear. Another big fossil swooping in right there. Just full of fossils and all kinds of stuff. That's a 2010 point. It's way back. Killer material, killer Etley. Here's one of my most rarest finds. A hematite knife. Flaked. Almost all rind on this side. Flaked just around the edge, besides right here. And completely napped on this side. You can just see the layers in it. Pretty wild. Not really any grinding on it at all. Here's the in situ picture of it laying there in the ditch. It does not jump out at you at all. I was lucky to spot it. Moving on. This is number 10. One of my favorites. Monster. 6 1/4 blade. This is a ding here. It's not really a base. This is the tip. Obviously, would have been a little longer. Chewed up by the creek a little bit, but that is a handful of material. It is awesome. I was jumping up and down and the video cut off, and yeah, probably like it's about to do right